Now we are going to start the next topic, microscopic form of Ohm's law. So in this case, we are going to take a conductor and we are applying a battery, that is we are applying a potential difference of V, capital V, across this conductor. So when a potential difference is applied, when a battery is applied across the ends of a conductor, then the current starts flowing in this circuit. So in this case, the current will be in the clockwise direction from the positive terminal of the battery towards the negative terminal. So in this case, first we will consider a conductor of length L. So L is the length of the conductor. So this total distance is equal to L. So in this case, we can take that over here the length is equal to 0, and as you are traveling, you will travel a distance of L when you will reach this point. So a potential difference of V is applied across the ends of the conductor. Now when potential difference is applied across the ends, so this end will become positive and this end of the conductor will become negative. So electric field will be present from positive towards the negative side. So uniform electric field will be present in the conductor. So by applying a potential difference, we are setting up an electric field inside this conductor. So electric field is present due to the potential difference V. So in this case, what will be V? Now the actual formula that how the electric field and the potential are related, we have already done that in the previous semester, and that is the formula that we did over there was VB minus VA. So potential at B point minus potential at A point is given by minus of integration of A to B line integral of E vector. So here is a dot product of E vector and dl vector. So this formula comes when we are moving from one point A towards another point B in space. So let's say here is some potential at A point and potential at B point is also given to us. So what will be the potential difference? So VB minus VA. So you are going from A point towards the B point, and what will be dl vector? This dl vector will be in this direction. So you are moving from A point to the B point. So dl will be the small length element and it will be pointing in this direction, means from A to B. So what will be the potential difference? That is VB minus VA will be equal to negative of the integration from A to B. Negative of the integration from A to B with E vector dot dl vector inside the integral. Now what will be the potential difference? Over here we have supposed V is the potential difference which is applied across the ends of the conductor. So let's suppose that the potential at this end is given by V1 and potential at this end is given by V2. And obviously you can see that V1 will be greater than V2 because on this end we have applied the positive terminal of the battery and on this end we have applied the negative terminal. So obviously V1 will be greater than V2. Potential at this end of the conductor will be greater than potential at this end because V1 will be positive in this case and V2 will be negative. What will be the potential difference? What will be this V? V will be given by V1 minus V2 in this case because we have a battery of potential difference V. This battery supplies a voltage of V. So the potential difference across the ends of the conductors will also be equal to V. Now what will be this V? V will be equal to V1 minus V2. V1 minus V2. The potential at positive side minus the potential at the negative side of the conductor. So this V, potential difference, will be equal to V1 minus V2. So in this particular case, the potential difference V is given by V1 minus V2. And what is V1 minus V2? We will use this formula. What is this V1 minus V2? It will be equal to So if we put B as 1 and A as 2 point, so over here we have V1 minus V2. So V1 minus V2 will be nothing but equal to minus of integration of, so V1 minus V2 will be equal to integration of 2 to 1, because here we have A point and A we have supposed that it is equal to 2. So VA is equal to V2 in this case. So over here the integration will be from second point towards the first point, and E vector dot product with DL vector. And then we will inverse the limits of the integral. So this negative sign will be changed to positive side, and we will have 1 to 2. The limits will be now from 1 to 2. And E vector dot product with DL vector will remain as it is. Now what is this DL vector? DL vector is a small length element. Now this electric field is a constant term. So it is a constant term because we have supposed that we have applied a potential difference across the ends of the conductor, and so the electric field which will be produced will be uniform. So this E vector will have a constant magnitude, and this can be taken outside, and firstly this E vector and DL vector. Now in this case, if you will have V2 minus V1, so let's suppose you are having V2 minus V1, and that will be equal to, you will just inverse the limits, that will be just equal to from 2 to 1 integral of E vector dot product with DL vector, and you are going from this point to this point. So potential difference will be V2 minus V1. So you are going from this point to this end. So what will be potential difference? It will be V2 minus V1. So over here, as we were going from A to B, so we found out VB minus VA, that came out to be equal to this fraction, equal to this term. In this case, we are going from V1 towards V2. And what will be the length element? It will be in this direction. So DL vector will be in this direction. So what will be V2 minus V1 in this case when you are moving from this point to this point? So V2 minus V1 will be equal to integration of E vector dot DL vector with the limits from 2 to 1. From 2 to 1. As in this case also we had integration limit from B to A. So here we had a negative sign, and integration limits were from A to B, and when you will inverse the limits, when you will interchange the limits, you will have B to A. So we have VB minus VA, and integration limits are actually from B to A when you will compensate this negative sign with the limits. So in this case also we are finding V2 minus V1. We are going from this point to this point. So V2 minus V1 will be equal to integration limits from 2 to 1. As in this case we had from B to A when you will compensate this negative sign. So this will be the potential difference. V2 minus V1 will be equal to this term. Now the DL vector is supposed to be in this direction, and we have already said that electric field is also in this direction. And in addition to that, we have said that electric field is uniform. Its magnitude is constant everywhere inside the conductor. So this E vector dot product with DL vector. E vector is in this direction, DL vector is in this direction. So what will be this integral from 2 to 1? E vector dot DL vector will be just equal to E vector magnitude. So this is the magnitude of electric field into DL into cos of 0 degree, because E vector is parallel to DL vector. So that will be just equal to 1. Now this E is constant. As we have said that magnitude of the electric field is constant, it can be taken outside the integral, and you will have from 2 to 1 with DL inside the integral. Now over here, what will be the solution of this integral? So at the second end, at the second end, what is the length of the conductor we have supposed? Now this is the DL vector. We are moving from this point to this point. So at this point the length of the conductor, or you can say the lower limit of dl, is equal to 0, and what is the upper limit of dl? It is equal to L, which is nothing but the length of the conductor. So when you are moving from this point to this point, the limits of dl will be from 0 to L. But in this case we have integral limits from 2 to 1. Now at the second end, what is the length? At this end the length is nothing but equal to L, and at the first end of the conductor the length of the conductor is equal to just 0. You can say the lower limit of dl is equal to 0 when you are moving from this point to this point. So in this case we have the lower limit as the second end, because we are finding v2 minus v1. In actual what we want to find is, we want to find v1 minus v2, because that is the potential difference. But we are just finding v2 minus v1 for time being, and then we will find this v, that is we will inverse the signs, that is we will get v1 minus v2 from this expression. So we are just finding v2 minus v1 for time being, and this will come out to be equal to E, and from L to 0. So what will be the limits of dl? It will be from L to 0, and when you will solve it you will get equal to minus L. So that is nothing but equal to v2 minus v1. And from here what will be the potential difference V? So V is equal to, now what is V? It is equal to v1 minus v2. So that is equal to v1 minus v2, and v2 minus v1 came out to be equal to minus E into L. So what will be v1 minus v2? It will be equal to plus E into L. So V has come out to be equal to E into L in this case. So V is equal to E into L. So this formula you have already done. You already know this formula when we have uniform electric field. So from here now we are going to find the microscopic form of Ohm's law. So firstly, what is V? The potential difference V1 minus V2 from the Ohm's law, which we have done in the previous lecture. V is equal to I into R, the current flowing into the resistance of the conductor. So V is equal to I into R, as well as what is I? I is equal to, in terms of electric current density, we have already found out that current is equal to J vector dot product with the area of cross section. So if I is the current which is flowing through this area, so let's say this is the area of cross section and this is the area vector which is perpendicular to this cross section, and the current is flowing from this point to this point. So current is flowing in this direction, therefore the electric current density will also be in this direction. So in this direction only we will have the electric current density J vector. So what will be the current? So this is the general formula which we have done in the previous lectures, that the current will be equal to J vector dot product with A vector. In this particular case, this is a special case when J vector is parallel to A vector. So we will have cos of 0 degree in this case when you will solve this dot product. So that will be just equal to J into A in terms of magnitudes. So current is equal to J into A. And what is the potential difference? Potential difference is equal to I into R. And what is I? We have already found out, it is equal to J into A into R will remain as it is. And what is this potential difference? This potential difference has come out to be equal to E into L. So we have this relation equated with this relation. Now we will take J on one side and we will take all other terms on the another side, or you can take this L, length of the conductor, on this side. So what it will become? So J as it is, R into A as it is, divide by L, and that will be nothing but equal to the magnitude of the electric field. So what is this quantity? So we have already done in the previous lecture that R into A by L is nothing but the resistivity of the material or the conductor in this case. So that will be the resistivity. So this is the specific resistance into J as it is equal to the magnitude of the electric field. From here, J can be taken on one side and you can take this resistivity on another side into E as it is. And we have also done in the previous lecture that what is 1 by resistivity? What is the reciprocal of resistivity? That is nothing but conductivity. So J is equal to conductivity is represented by sigma into E as it is. So J is equal to sigma into E. Now in this case we have supposed that the electric current density will be in this direction, and we have also said that the electric field is also in this direction, means the J vector and E vector in this case, they both are parallel. So current is flowing in this direction, means the electric current density J vector will also be in this direction, and also the electric field is also in this direction. So J vector and E vector, they both are parallel. So this is in magnitude form, and when you will write it in vector form, you will have J vector is equal to sigma. So this is a scalar over here, sigma into E vector. So J vector and E vector, they both are parallel to each other. Therefore, we have written as J vector is equal to sigma into E vector. So whatever is the direction of electric field, that will be the direction of the electric current density, because they both are parallel. And this is the formula which is termed as microscopic form of Ohm's law. So this is microscopic form of Ohm's law. Now in this case we have J vector, which is the electric current density, and we have already seen that this electric current density is defined at a single point inside the material, inside the conducting material. Therefore it is called as microscopic quantity, and hence this formula which has been derived from Ohm's law, this formula is called as microscopic form of Ohm's law.